Thanks for sliding on into Things Might Happen. This week, we are interviewing Alyssa Tanner. She does caricatures. She does aerial silks. She does fire dancing. Is there anything this woman doesn't do? Like me. That's one of them. Later on, we're going to talk about how she got all her business acumen, the best books to read if you're going to be an entrepreneur. You got to tune in for those. And, we get into it real deep on what it's like to be a caricature artist and all the crazy stuff that happens. And we're not doing a second take of this, so that's going to work. Welcome to Things Might Happen.
Thanks for having me.
I haven't gotten to you yet.
Oh, shoot.
By the way, I don't know. I'm an asshole. That's the persona I have.
Good to know. I love that. I love that for you.
I'm crotchety.
Nobody agreed to it.
And as soon as these things go live, I assume that persona. I'm a very nice person. People call me a joy.
Corbine spent the first 20 minutes of our last guest criticizing the name of her band.
I love that.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Not a great name. She agrees. All right. Welcome to Things Might Happen with Sheldon, Tyler, and Tyler. And today we have with us a guest, as per usual, Alyssa Tanner.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alyssa Tanner.
The one, the only.
The one, the only. She does caricatures.
Mm-hmm.
She does aerial ribbon silks.
Yep.
Ribbon dancing. Would that be a
Circus
thing
performer.
to say?
I wouldn't say ribbon dancing, but
ribbon dancing's really
That's more
not.
on the floor with a stick and a ribbon tied to it. I don't quite do that.
Haven't you, though?
You've never done that?
I mean, I could try. I'm not so great on the floor, but when I'm in the air, I'm great.
All right. Artist, boba tea enjoyer.
Yes, very much.
Which she didn't bring,
I didn't because
she
it's
did not bring-
Tuesday and they are closed on Tuesday.
but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
If I had my way, they'd be open every Tuesday.
no tapioca on Tuesday. That's
No
been
tapioca on Tuesdays.
So what kind of boba do you get when you get a boba?
What's your boba order?
So my boba order is usually I get the Thai tea with a T, Thai.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get the chai with a C, but usually the Thai tea, and then I'll get the traditional black tapioca. Every once in a while, if I'm feeling extra that day, I'll get some of the popping pearls. And I really like the what is it called? The lychee jelly. Those are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't
Do
pop.
you know what this is?
I do, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
They're really good.
He's cultured. This Tyler is cultured.
All right. This is going to be a fast show. We got to get this one over with real quick.
I had, while we were in Portland, I had a milk tea with the regular tapioca ones, and I had never really had a milk tea before, but it was really good. It was
Change your
really
life.
nice. It was
Change your
really
life.
good, yeah.
So good.
Every time I've had boba tea, somebody else ordered it for me. So
What color was it?
it was light pink color
Okay.
with the beads or
Yeah.
whatever they're called in it.
Is it fun having a
Pearls.
drink that you have to chew?
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoy
It's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
You gotta be careful though. You can't drink boba alone.
Oh,
'Cause
right, yeah.
You could choke and die.
Is that something people do?
Well, I mean, if you're sucking up your straw and it goes down the wrong tube.
Dude, it's your new hobby.
I'm with Sheldon.
I don't recommend drinking boba while you're driving in the car either. It might be kind of dangerous.
Don't drink boba in the bath. That might be bad. That just seems dangerous for no real reason. Don't drink boba while there's a thunderstorm.
No, absolutely not.
That's bad.
It might be a loud crack and then
Exactly.
I'm choking on the boba.
You're a caricature artist.
Yes.
Do you do like the quick drawings?
Yep, I do
You
the quick drawings, and then I also do like the digital ones that take quite a while.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We're gonna do that later.
Sweet, let's do it. Just give me some paper and a Sharpie, guys.
I will. I'll forward a caricature that she did for Ashley and I over to Tyler,
Oh,
so that can be
yeah.
part
I
of the
don't
art.
want to see that.
It's,
yeah, you do. It's
It makes me
they're
sick.
adorable. They're
I
so
hate
cute.
I cannot wait until I turn on 48 Hours one day and one of them has gone missing. It would make me so happy.
Well, then we'd have a caricature. This is what they look like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's the
This
character
is an
drawing.
artist rendering of what Tyler and Ashley looked like when they used to be happy before one of them went missing, and now they're sad.
Yeah, one of them went missing because it's always the spouse. It's always the spouse.
Always.
Somebody
I love
found him
true
while
crime.
jogging.
Yeah,
But you don't go jogging.
yeah. That's why you don't go down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
I'm gonna start jogging so I can find some dead bodies.
It's always a jogger that discovers them because it's early in the morning at like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
And there's like fingers sticking out of the dirt.
Yeah, we should hire those guys as investigators instead.
Just people who jog.
yeah.
Yeah.
See somebody with like sweatbands on, and you're just like,
Hey, you want to solve a murder?
yeah.
You must get out of bed early in the morning.
They pull out their badge out of the spandex.
All right, caricature artist.
Yes.
How do we do this? How did you come into this?
How did I come into caricatures? So I have always been an artist since day one. Just always been an artist.
Like you came out of the womb drawing?
drawing.
Okay.
100%. There's
Came out of the womb with one of those the Copic markers.
Oh, Copic markers.
He came
yeah.
out with a Copic
I do have a
marker,
lot
and
of
you're
Copic
like,
markers. Yeah, basically, yes.
Yeah.
I was already sketching people. But yeah, so that just kind of grew, and then I went to art school for illustration, and so this is like my freshman year. I'm in storyboarding class, and some people from the Cedar Point amusement park come and they do a little demo, and they're like, "All right, we'll be taking interviews at 5 o'clock." I'm like, "Okay." So I practice all afternoon, and I draw like some celebrities as examples, and I go and I show up to the interview, and yeah. They had me draw one of the interviewers during the interview. So that was kind of a thrill.
in the caricature style.
In the caricature style.
So if they had like a big nose, you really just
Yeah,
made it
exactly.
huge.
Yep, you just gotta go
It's
for
nice
it.
to meet you.
Just gotta go for it. And yeah, but they're like, yeah, this would sell. We want to hire you. And then, little backstory. I went to school in Indiana, which is very far away from South Dakota. And my mom was like, I don't know about that because you don't have a car yet. I'm like, okay, because we would just fly in to Indiana and she would just drop me off at the airport basically, and I would, ride the Hoosier shuttle to school. So
then did you work a summer at Cedar Point then?
No.
Or? Oh, okay, all right.
that was the end of that story. So then I came home and I got pneumonia, and then all the summer jobs got taken, because around here in South Dakota we work at all the tourist attractions. But all the summer jobs were taken. So then I became a nanny. And then while I was a nanny, we went to Storybook Island, and there was a caricature artist there. And his name was Ted, and he was super cool. And I was like, hey, you should, show me how you do this. And he's like, oh, absolutely. And then so he sat me down, and he's like, here, just practice drawing this a little bit. And so I did. And then he's like, all right, draw this little girl right here. So he just gave me a live customer right there. With,
He just gave you a little girl.
Yeah,
Okay,
right
all right.
there. And I drew her as a cowgirl on a horse, which is very hard to do.
Why is that hard to do?
Because have you ever tried to draw a horse?
I
Have you ever tried to draw a person on a horse?
All while having pneumonia.
Yeah. Oh, you had pneumonia this whole time too.
This is after I got better
You
from
had
pneumonia.
tuberculosis.
Yeah, I lived in the backstory to Ted was the name of this artist. He had daughters that were the same age as me, and they just thought caricatures was the most uncool thing on planet Earth. Dad, caricatures are stupid. I just want to be a tattoo artist. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's how his kids were. So then he was thrilled when I just come marching along hey, mister, can you show me how you do this?
He finally gets an apprentice.
Yes. And that was just
So you were the daughter that he wanted, right? Not the daughter he got?
I can neither confirm nor deny. But we had a lot of fun. But yeah, we would go to Summer Nights, which is a street festival here in Rapid City, and we would draw caricatures. And then he ended up moving back to Arizona, and he gave me the account at the Storybook Island tourist attraction. So then that became my spot. So then I was business partners with Storybook Island. So and that was my summer job, all throughout college. And then I graduated college, and then I tried to be a graphic designer and have a big girl job. Which none of those worked out because, being a graphic designer, you're the first person to get laid off. You're the first person to get a pay cut. You're the first person it just was not fulfilling. And I'm like, man, I just wish caricatures would work. And then, come along 2020, right before the world stood still, I went to California where I went to a workshop with Steven Silver, who's a very famous caricature artist, and he's done like Danny Phantom, Kim Possible, things like that. So I went to his workshop, and he just inspired me so much when he's like, everybody in here can be a full-time caricature artist. I'm like, what? Gosh, how? And then COVID happened like immediately after that.
Maybe because of that.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't think that's what it was. But yeah, so I came back and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna quit my graphic design job. I've got DoorDash in the background just in case I need it. But yeah, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make this work. And I read all these business books, budgeting books, and I am just gonna make it work because it's like a lot of money in the summertime and it's not a lot of money in the winter. So that's just trying to get it around till you can get to May again when you can start making money again. So. But I did it.
Have you ever tried to do it during the wintertime?
So I do it during the winter. It's just not an everyday thing like it is in the summer with the tourist season here.
Yeah.
So our tourist season runs from May to September, kind of till October, but Storybook Island's only open till September. And but I draw them at weddings and events and birthday parties. And all throughout January is when I start booking brides for weddings, for wedding caricatures. So currently doing 3 post-proms this month, and then I've booked I have another caricature artist that works with me, and I've booked her for a few events this month as well that I can't make it because I'm already booked.
So the post-proms, do like the teenagers really like getting their caricatures?
Oh, they love it.
Interesting.
Yeah, they love it.
And do they do it while they're drinking or after they're drinking? Okay.
So it depends on what kind of post-prom you're going to. I'm going to the ones that the parents organize to keep them off the streets from drinking and doing drugs. That's the post-prom
Gotcha.
party.
You're the
I'm at.
lame kids. You get the lame
Yes,
kids. All right, cool.
absolutely. No, but I mean, post-prom's great because then that's where you win like the flat screen TVs and all that fun stuff. And then they have like obstacle courses. They had a mechanical bull at the last one I was at. It was pretty dope.
Did you not have a post-prom?
Oh, we had post-prom. We didn't have any free TVs.
What did you have for your post-prom?
We went to a water park type thing.
A water park type thing?
It's not a full water park. There's no full slides.
There's no slide?
It's a public pool with like the rings that go across the pool.
Oh, yeah.
So not like
Did you go to like Evans Plunge?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I love
All right.
Evans Plunge.
It's not as bad then.
I was
Oh
like,
my
named
gosh,
water.
that would
You
have
made
been
it sound-
so fun.
Yeah, it sounds
I
like
thought
you
this
went
was in some dude's backyard or something.
I didn't want to say a water park.
We went to a pond.
When it's Evans Plunge.
It's,
you know what I mean?
it's a water
You know
park.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not
It was a
saying
hot spring.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was horrible. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Just saying there's no like TVs to be given out.
For 1 year, we went to Flags and Wheels. We rented out all of Flags and Wheels, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like going paintballing in your suit was actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they had paintball at my post-prom. Wait, did you go to Douglas?
No.
Oh,
No.
I crashed Douglas's post-prom. Yeah.
So my junior year, I went to prom with somebody I like was really close with, really good friends with, and we went as like a foursome. Seth was my best friend, his girlfriend at the time, a girl I was really close with, and myself. We all went and had a lot of fun. We went bowling that year, actually.
Oh, that's so fun.
Which I'm not a big fan of bowling, but it was fun. Then after that, we went over and like watched a movie. We dropped the girls off at like 6 a.m. the next morning. Like no like weird activities happened or we were hanging out
You were
with
a
my
pretty
mom.
good kid back then.
Yeah, back then. Now
Back
I'm
then.
terrible.
Now he's
Now
just
I'm
unhinged.
terrible. Absolutely. And so we had a good time with that and dropped the girls off, played basketball video games for like 2 hours, and then we went to church.
Oh, you
And-
guys went to church the next day.
Well, yeah, we hadn't gone to bed yet. So we
Yeah.
went to church and then went to bed.
Yeah, I did that too at my prom too. You just sleep very carefully in your prom hair, and then you put it all back on, and then you just go to church like that.
Yeah.
Yep, put my little dress back on. I'm like, oh yeah, I went to prom like this.
And then my senior year, I went with somebody who I wasn't quite as close with. She's a really nice girl. We had a really nice time. But we kind of, she wanted to go with some friends to somewhere I wasn't going to go. And so we kind of mutually parted ways at that point, very amicably. And then a bunch of people came back to my house after Flags and Wheels. And we watched movies. I don't remember. I think we watched like an Adam Sandler movie or something.
Love it.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. What'd you do for prom, Tyler?
What'd you do under post-prom?
I remember specifically I was part of student council, so I had to help set up post-prom before prom.
Yep.
And then I did
Pre-post
not
prom.
go to post-prom.
Oh my gosh.
I went, you know how you said that woman went to a place you were not going to go
Yeah.
to? I probably was there.
You went to that
That's
place.
where I was.
Gotcha.
I was like, the entire time, I'm like, this is lame. This is what the parents want us to do so that we can't have fun. I'm going to go have fun. I don't even remember what I did, honestly.
I was going to say, did you actually have fun at your non-school sanctioned post-prom?
I've never had fun.
Oh, that's fair.
in his life.
In my entire life.
What was the post-prom that you set up then?
Yeah, what'd you
It was
plan
just like in
for
the high school gym, and there's tons of prizes and stuff, and we were
I
supposed
see.
to win like TVs.
TVs.
Yeah.
What every
And-
kid needs in college.
Yeah.
So
I remember.
I DJ some school dances and stuff as well.
Hmm?
And I also do weddings. I lost a job to a sophomore in high school. I know, right?
Well, they were probably free. That's
Well,
probably why.
he's a lot cheaper than I am, I'll say that. But apparently he did this like winter dance that
Uh-huh.
they don't have a budget for, so they weren't even
Oh.
going to ask me to do that. They did ask me for a playlist for it, and I was like, I created these playlists as like a property for my business. I don't think I can just give you this playlist.
You couldn't be like, give me $50 for a playlist.
They have a zero.
And it's
like,
just, I've got a feeling like 30 times in a row. Just 2 hours of I've got a
All
feeling.
right, so what was this kid playing?
So I don't know. He showed up with a turntable, I guess, and was
Nice.
playing, and
Whoa.
he did a good job.
Oh, so
Appar-
he actually cares
right?
about the
Yeah,
craft.
yeah, for sure. But apparently, at one point, they were like, "Hey, you should probably do a line dance song," and he's like, "Yeah, okay." So he played 5 of them in a row.
What's a line dance song?
Um,
What would a line dance song?
a line
I don't know,
dance
Cotton
song?
Eye Joe.
Well, like Footloose would be one.
Oh, okay.
The Cupid Shuffle, the Cha Cha Slide, the Chicken Dance, the Macarena, all those would be line dance songs.
Oh,
Yeah.
so all the times when I go, time to go get a drink of water.
Exactly, where all the white people go to
This
the
is very
floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Embarrassing
They're all
activity.
sitting on the side like this, just waiting for that
So
song.
yeah, he played that 5 times in a row, and they're like, "We got to get this guy for prom, man."
Oh my god.
This guy who can't even come to prom because he's a sophomore. We want him to DJ it.
The fourth time is they're sitting there. We got beaten, got nudge. Then they start roaring and
Yeah. Come on,
Exactly.
Joe. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go?
I thought you were gonna say like he just played a bunch of Juice WRLD for like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was. I thought he was gonna play some obscure stuff on his turntable, just like stuff that no one's heard of, no one can dance to.
He actually just played music from the 1920s, and that was it. The parents loved it. The kids hated it.
It's a turntable, you had to crank it. Like,
No, my fiance would DJ the car show, so it was all 40s and 50s music.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
40s and 50s.
Oh yeah, for
They
the,
didn't
for the
have-
old
for the
cars.
I don't think they
Right,
had
dude.
music in the 40s. I
Like
don't.
Buddy
Oh,
Holly?
They didn't. Oh, yeah, stuff like that. Like
that old.
that old, like old.
It's all the
Yeah,
hot rods,
all
dude.
the old people loved it, but they just didn't like how loud it was. But it's like we gotta put the sound over a couple miles in this park here.
Yeah.
That is
was-
absolutely the most old person thing I've
It
ever
was
heard.
great.
Yeah. What do you like identify as most? Is it the caricature artist because that's where the income comes
Definitely a
in?
caricature artist.
Okay.
I mean, look
the
at the
aerial.
sign.
The aerial is the aerial silks is a hobby.
Okay.
Definitely a hobby.
Well, a hobby that you're now like teaching a class in.
Mhm.
You've obviously
Yep, I teach a class and I've performed on quite a few shows at our giant event center and all that stuff. Super fun, but definitely a hobby.
yeah.
Have you ever thought about combining the two?
Drawing caricatures while
Like
doing
upside
aerial
down?
silks.
That's brilliant. It'd be like, have you seen those people who do like the speed painting and it
Yep.
looks awful and then they flip it
Flip it.
over last second?
We were talking about adding that to our Wild West Cirque show. That was last summer's. We were talking about adding that, but with like fire painting. So I do fire dancing too sometimes.
The heck is fire painting?
We don't
you
know.
don't
Nobody's
know.
invented it yet. We don't know.
Trademark.
Yeah,
Trademark. Things
That's
might happen.
My idea.
Yeah.
No, we were trying to get like the paintbrush is on fire at the same time, and we're painting within black paint. It's just the heat like dries up the paint at the same time. So there's some kinks we need to work out.
Right.
with
It
this.
burns your skin off.
Yeah,
you know.
and then I was like, well, what if we just did it with like gunpowder, right? And then you light it and it just kind of flashes up and then creates an image on like a slab of wood or something. I don't know. We've been messing with it, but I just didn't have time because
You just take a big laser.
there you go. I just have a laser and just don't accidentally trip and point
Live
it at
fire
the
is
audience.
good.
Like,
Live fire is good. I like that.
Live fire is good, yeah.
The more fire in things.
oh yeah, I love fire.
We don't have enough fire in
We
this
don't-
society.
We don't.
So I like how before we got started, Tyler asked, "Have you ever done any acting?" And you're like, "Oh no, never." Like obviously,
Absolutely not.
yeah, no, never. Oh, but I fire dance. I
Yeah.
do aerials, 25 feet up in the air.
Yeah, but if she looks
flip
terrified
around.
while she does that, everyone's fine. Like, she doesn't have to put on a brave face.
No,
It's better if she does, but if she doesn't,
Here's the
like,
thing, public speaking, man.
She
not
doesn't
a
have
vibe.
to talk during that. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the ice queen in our Cirque Dream story my first year, like December 2020, my first year joining the circus. They're like, we're going to make you the ice queen. I'm like, okay. Yeah, but the ice queen, she's like the antagonist or whatever for the story. And she didn't have any lines. I'm like, okay, great. I just run around and look scary, right? Great. Then the next year they added all this dialogue, and I'm like, nope. And so we gave it to the other gal, Bridget, who is the owner of one of the theaters in town. So I'm like, yep, she can do that. I'm not doing that. Not talking.
Yeah.
No speaking roles, please. Thank you.
So, what would you consider like a perfect day for Alyssa?
A perfect day
perfect
for
day.
Alyssa. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's summertime, 80 degrees, slight
yeah.
breeze.
I'm sweating already.
Slight
yeah.
breeze.
Slight
I
breeze
love
is better.
80, I mean, 75 is good, but 80,
Yeah,
that's
80.
where it's at. I'll get
80,
the nice tan there.
90.
Sheldon can't wear his 3 layers of black coats.
I am at Storybook Island. I have my little tent popped up, and it's right next to the little duck pond. Best office in town.
Cool.
I'm just at work.
All right, now
drawing
that I know
pictures.
that, I'm gonna
of
go
little
to Storybook Island this summer.
Love it.
Dude, Danielle would love
Yeah, right.
a character.
Well, I
like
mean,
you
not that
guys.
we've never been there, but I had no idea that you would be set up there. You were set
Mhm.
up there. But I have a funny story about Storybook Island. So it was like during the winter time, and they do the light show, whatever.
Yep,
for all
they do the
kids.
Christmas lights.
Yeah, and then went to the gift shop. They have the donation thing where you put the coin in and like spins or
Mhm.
whatever. Anyway, there's all these kids around, right? They're all
Yep.
doing it, and they all ran out of coins. I was like, oh, I think I have some, right? And I had like kind of like, I don't know, a handful, right? And I just go and I drop it right in the middle. I don't put it into the thing.
Oh,
And they were all like really upset and
yeah.
just like, what?
You just ruined their day at
Yeah.
Storybook
Sh-
Island.
Sheldon's just out bullying children in his time off. Your ideal day is like drawing next to a duck pond. Sheldon's is pushing kids over and like kicking sand in their
I
face.
come out like, you guys want to try it? No, I just right,
Right
in the middle.
in front of all of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh,
Did you
that's
just
great.
take like a string cheese and just bite off the end afterwards? Or like take a Kit Kat and just go with like sideways on it?
Or eat a burrito from the middle?
Oh gosh, that's awful.
The horrendous act of
would
biting
you
a burrito in the middle,
Ooh.
not at the end. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my Storybook. Now I have another reason to go to Storybook Island.
I
Yeah.
love it. I don't know if they still have that in there or not.
They shut it down after Sheldon.
After they
I
seen me
think
do
you
that.
were the last one.
They're like, we're not-
they're like,
they're
never
like, this is-
again.
This is not cool anymore.
This is torture to
Too
children.
many kids threw themselves in the whale's mouth that night.
It's a faucet for terrorism.
They were so upset. Oh my God.
What would you say like about your life makes you feel the most grateful right now?
Oh, I think the most right. Okay, so again, I would relate that to my aerial silks hobby, and caricatures. Like it's basically my identity at this point.
I mean, it's your name, Caricatures by
It's
Alyssa.
right. Yeah, Caricatures
Yeah.
by Alyssa, household name. But yeah, I would say what gives me the most fulfillment is being able to achieve a new skill. Right. So it's just that satisfaction of working towards something and then you achieve it. And then it's just that, oh, I feel good for a moment. And then it's like, okay, now it's stupid. No, you just got to move on to the next one. It's
You're just
temporary.
always chasing that high of like getting
Exactly.
good at something and
Yep.
then immediately abandoning it.
Yep. No, I do still look back at some of my other paintings from college and stuff. I'm like, man, that was really good. Pat myself on the back. But yeah, but that's the thing I really like about art is they're like little milestones in your life. Like I remember all the steps I took to get this painting done, and all the steps that I learned when I did this painting, and surrounded by like all my other friends in art school when I did this painting and what they were working on. So they're just like little memories, and like you even hear actors talking about that when they are doing behind the scenes or interviews and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, this scene, actually, this was all going on in the background. Crazy. We don't see that as the outside person looking in. But me, as the artist, when I look at a painting, I see a lot more than just the painting. I see all the backstory that's a part of it as well. So, but just achieving those little milestones and learning. I guess I just have a love of learning is what I'm trying to say in the long way.
Go ahead.
Are there a lot of skills left in caricatures that you have to like? Is there techniques for
Yes.
caricature? Like you got like different, because I assume there's styles. Like
There are.
Even though to me, I'm like all caricatures. I'm like, oh, they all look about the
Mhm.
same. But you'd be like, oh, this is one for this is in the French New Wave style, or
Right.
something.
Art Nouveau.
Yeah.
Well, there are many different types of styles. Like, have you seen the really ugly ones that went viral on TikTok? Like, I think
Really ugly ones. That's everyone I'm in. I'm like, can you make this guy look less ugly?
What do you mean, really ugly one?
like really ugly.
Like they make the person look terrible.
beyond ugly
Oh,
Does it still look like person?
in the worst
in a
way.
mean way.
In the worst way possible.
I think
Yeah.
if you're the
Find the
person,
thing
you want
that
to say
you
no.
don't
So
like
there's
about
so
you.
you just pay a bully to.
Yes, you
to
pay
draw
someone to
you.
bully you, and then you get a little souvenir of the
Yeah.
bullying session. Yeah,
Maybe
it's
you can
basically
do that
what it
for
is.
part of your next step in art.
I be
But
your
yeah, but that is
apprentice?
a style I would like to experiment with, only because there's a market for it now. Because everyone sees them on TikTok,
I
and
was
then they
gonna say.
come to me at the fair,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Can you do the really ugly one?" I'm like, "Sure."
That'd
Not
be
really.
fun.
Can you make me cry with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do joke about that sometimes when people are super nervous. I'm like, oh, get ready. I'm going to ruin your day. Like, I say things like that. I just mess with them. But yeah, there's lots of different styles with caricatures and different ways to learn. Like, some people draw them on, like, a tablet, and then it prints it out right there at, like, corporate parties. Funny that you mentioned that about learning new caricature styles. I am going to attend the Caricature Convention in Florida this November. The stars have finally aligned for me to attend. But yeah, there's lots of fun conference talks about different styles and different techniques for your business and stuff like that. So.
How many people do you think like come to an event like the caricature convention in Florida?
That'd be a few hundred if they're doing a convention.
Yeah,
right?
so,
like
at
there's a
least.
lot of people there. I want to say, I can't remember. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think they said somewhere in the vicinity of like 500 went last year.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's
Imagine
awesome.
it'd be a
It's a
good-
week long.
Yeah, it'd be a good like networking event, like you said, learning about business. I don't know, but it's just like
Yeah. Find someone else's business to take over, and get rid of them.
Yeah.
Like, where
just
is
take 'em
Ted
down from
today?
the inside.
Yeah.
Ted, he unfortunately passed away a year ago.
And where were you?
a
You're so
jogger.
funny. No.
So like you could sit in on like a 1 hour talk on like how to
Mhm.
do ears.
Probably. No, like they usually have like here's a one-on-one or 101 session, like whether you're a beginner or you've been doing it for 20 years, like just some new techniques to pick up. Like you're always looking to improve your speed, your likeness, your exaggeration, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like a hardest part to draw of a person?
Let's see. It depends from person to person or artist to artist. So the longest time, the other eye. That's always been a fun one.
Oh,
Drawing
so you
the
draw
other
the
eye.
first one and then the second eye, or
Have you ever drawn before?
kind of? Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming the first eye looks fine no matter what you do.
And then you draw the other
And
eye.
you have to make it kind of look like it, but not exactly
Yeah.
like
Well, I
it.
didn't know if she meant like the third one in the middle of the
Yeah.
forehead, or like I'm not sure what you're seeing here.
It doesn't
No, no,
matter
no,
which
no.
eye. The
No,
other eye is going to be
like
hard.
it's totally a meme among artists, like the other eye. So that people always draw it like with the hair swooped in front. Like when you're like 13 years old and you're drawing people and you're trying to draw your anime characters, like the
Yeah.
other eye, they always have
Yeah,
a
like
hair
the
swoop.
common experience we all have.
They
of
always
course,
have a
yeah.
hair swoop in front of so I would say the other eye, but I finally broke that a couple years ago. I think they're looking pretty even now. And, also hands. When people draw hands, they always draw them behind the back.
Yeah.
Pockets.
Oh, I suppose. So yeah, I guess I see how, like, because in caricatures, you're going to have to do this, like, in a relative timetable pretty fast.
Yeah,
Like, you're
yeah.
doing this pretty quickly.
Mhm.
So you have to learn kind of good shortcuts and good ways to get
Yep.
away with doing
So
stuff.
I generally draw my caricatures like at like post-prom corporate parties, stuff like that, where I have to draw like as many people as possible within the allotted time because they paid for the time. But yeah, it's about 3 minutes a person.
All right.
real fast.
I could draw somebody in 3 minutes. It just wouldn't look like a person at the end of the 3 minutes.
You're a stick person.
Yeah, 100%.
Stick person. Yeah.
3 minutes.
I usually don't draw the hands for that though.
Well, no.
One eye, you get one middle eye and nothing else.
And your hands are behind your back.
Cyclops. Yeah.
Awesome. That's cool. I like this. I like this person. Thank you for bringing this person.
I try to keep it interesting, I promise.
Well, sometimes people bring people. It's not the best.
Ray, he's talking about Tyler.
Ray's already going to kill me for so many things. I was thinking the other day, I was like, I should hire Ray to do some graphic design for me. And I was like, I don't know if Ray would take my call.
Ray's gonna hire a jogger to find you.
Yeah.
Right?
Ray is the artist who created the lovely painting behind me.
That's a
here.
beautiful painting.
It is, yeah.
I love it.
It's actually
got graphic elements to it.
yeah,
Very
because
nice.
he's also a graphic designer. Because
Oh.
the only way you make it as an artist, unless you read business books
Or do
is-
caricatures.
Or do
Right,
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I be
it's
your
just-
apprentice, by the way?
Hey, I'm looking to hire. Independent contracts. You pay your own taxes.
Have you ever done that?
I'm-
Have you ever paid taxes?
It's
Should
very
move on-
hard. I pay a
Gotta
lot of
move on
money
to the next subject.
for H&R Block to do it for me. Oh my gosh, they just take everything.
Yeah, it's so weird that at the end of every year, my income is zero. It's
Right?
so strange how it always
Crazy,
works out.
dude.
Yeah.
But you also you have some books that you put out.
Yes,
Yeah. So
absolutely. I meant to bring those in. I didn't.
they're magically
Here.
up here now.
Yay! I've sent pictures. Okay, so
Thanks for the extra work. Also, this is an audio format.
Click in the show notes
Yeah.
and there's a link.
There'll be links. So I published a few coloring books, super fun. And then I've also published a storybook about a flamingo.
What's the flamingo's name?
Bill.
Bill
I
the
just-
flamingo.
I had to think about it for a second. I almost said Bob. No,
Flamingo.
it's Bill the flamingo. My friend wrote it and I illustrated it. So
That's very
super
cool.
cute. And my friend Tony did the layout. It's really cute. So it's about this flamingo. It's called the colorful flamingo. And he is more colorful than all the other flamingos. So of course he gets made fun of and he's so sad and crying. And then the zebra comes along and is jealous of anyone that has color because he has no color. And he steals the color and they have to, so literally all the land is black and white. And the colors are just gone. You've turned the page and it's all black and white. It's a super fun little book with a twist, and kids love that.
And Bill the Flamingo has to go on a quest.
He has to go on a
Yeah.
quest. He has to go
He has
find
to
out.
slay 7 zebras.
Yeah, exactly.
get to-
And then the color comes back
Yeah.
when they're all bleeding out. No.
The only color you see the rest of the book is the red.
Yeah.
Red.
From the,
No, that doesn't quite happen.
Is this a children's book?
It is.
If I bought it for a child, they'd be happy.
Yes.
Okay. I might do that.
We should put this on YouTube for kids. So if somebody's just watching like Cocomelon on repeat, and then we just pop up there.
I've already said the word asshole in a context which I will not cut. I guess technically that could be for kids. I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
Indiana
it's,
Jones
it's
was for kids.
anatomical,
Yeah.
right?
I had to watch Cocomelon a few times. I feel that's what purgatory is going to be like.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you
Okay.
gotta put Bluey on. That's the one all the parents talk about.
All right, we're back at Bluey. Okay, that's the next
seen-
part of the podcast.
seen some
Have you
Bluey.
seen the new episode yet?
No.
Just kidding. Okay.
I don't
We're going
watch kid
episode by
shows.
episode.
However, I have to keep up with what kid shows look like at Storybook Island because
Yeah.
there's always a new one, and I have to draw that in there somewhere.
Okay. Well,
In
I
their
guess.
caricature?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Can you
we
make
did
me
a
look
lot
like
of-
Bluey?
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of hard because he's very flat looking.
Bluey's actually a girl, but okay.
What?
Bluey's a girl.
Oh,
that's
yeah. you
news to
didn't know
me.
this?
Yeah. Bluey and Bingo are the children, and they're both girls.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the,
I clearly
I
have
had
not
no
seen
idea.
it.
the mom and dad are Bandit and Chili.
Oh, okay. So is that kind of like Blue's Clues? She was also a girl, even
Yes.
though she was blue.
Yeah.
I just associate blue things with being boys,
100%.
even though blue's my favorite color.
It is a very common misconception.
It is,
I
yeah.
have friends who are parents, and I had to ask, do all the dogs in this universe have like pet names? And they do.
Yeah.
They all have pet names.
Yep.
Nobody has a regular
Bingo,
names.
Bandit. Yeah. For
That's
sure.
so funny. That's
But it's
cute.
funny because they reference pets. Like they reference cats as pets. And I'm like, is this like a society where dogs like Is this like Planet of the Apes, but for dogs?
Right?
Like, humans are a long distant memory. Like,
well, I always wonder that. Like Mickey Mouse, he's got a pet dog. Goofy's
true.
also a dog. Like, where do we draw the line there?
Right. Who is pet and who is person?
Yeah.
Well, Pluto doesn't do human things. Goofy does human things like being bad at work.
I don't know. I mean, did you evolve to a certain point and then just stop? Like, I'm a
Pluto
pet.
stopped.
I know these pets are so spoiled. I go over to like my sister's house, and her cats are the most spoiled cats on planet
Cats
Earth.
are disgusting.
So spoiled.
Did we tell you that we got a cat?
No.
No, we haven't got a cat. We did go to the indoor zoo or
Yeah.
Petco and walk around for a little bit.
The indoor
And-
zoo.
Yeah. Well,
I Walmart was the indoor zoo.
So we walked around there for a little bit, and I immediately fell in love with like the Humane Society cats that are there, and like we could get a cat. Now she's like, no, and we'd have to feed the cat and take care of the cat. I was like, but we could get a cat.
Do you know what they're gonna name the cat? Sheldon.
That
They'll
would be
name him
weird.
Sheldon.
No, good Sheldon.
Good Sheldon. Yeah,
Good
good
Sheldon.
Sheldon and bad Sheldon.
You would never leave me alone in your house. Like the other cat.
Well, when you get one cat, you have to get two cats.
Because they need a friend, right?
Yeah, because otherwise the cat doesn't have
And
anyone
then
to play
that
with.
one needs a friend.
then-
Right, absolutely.
that cat
in
needs
case
its
they
own
get sick
cat.
of each
Yeah.
other. Yeah.
The third one is the
And then before you know
tiebreaker
it,
every time.
you're a crazy cat lady named Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, go ahead.
I was just saying I would burn your house down. But anyway, go ahead.
You heard it here. If my house burns down, Sheldon Starr.
It's because you bought too many cats. That's
A jogger noticed that the Mathieson house was on fire
The
early
biggest-
Saturday morning.
I know that like a lot of people have a hard time when they're artists on picking something that might be their favorite. But do you have a favorite piece that you've created, or like you do stuff other than caricatures as well, like you mentioned?
So if we go back to painting for the joy of painting, hashtag Bob Ross. One of my favorite pieces I did back in college is this painting of like sharks and stingrays. It's like from an underwater photographer who what was his name? Stanley Meltzoff. So I was in a class called History of American Illustration, and we would replicate famous artists' work to learn how to paint, which is the best way to learn how to paint by far. You would just read about their process, and then you try to create it the same way, use the same materials. You would redraw what they had done, and then you would paint it.
The best way to learn how to do something is plagiarize someone else's work. You heard it here.
Yes, except they've
I
been
do
doing
that.
it for thousands of years in art history. So that's how everybody learned for thousands of years. And we just invented the word plagiarism after the fact because of school. So, in my opinion.
Well, because people, like when people used to, like back in the the 1600s when people were painting, they would just like give their apprentices like, paint this thing I just did.
Yep, and then the master would come and sign his name at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would sell multiple versions of these paintings.
So I actually had a friend in college. His name was Evan. He worked with a very famous artist in New York, and he would paint these surreal like cloudscapes, right? And then he would just be like, all right, fix that. And then he would come along, just sign his name at the bottom, and these paintings would sell for millions of dollars. Evan didn't get millions of dollars, but the artist did.
Yeah.
And then he left and went to Hot Springs and made Evan's Plunge.
Evan's Plunge, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, this was not the same Evan. Different Evan.
I thought for a second that might be true. I was like,
No.
oh, that's smart.
Evan's Plunge has been around for so stinking long, like late 1800s, early 1900s when it was created. It used to just be like an open pool.
Used to be like called like Blackfoot's Plunge.
And then Evan comes along and
Stole the plunge.
Yeah.
so he literally just put a roof over a pool. He was like, hey, this is my plunge.
I made this.
These are the parts that get cut.
That's fair.
Fact checks on Evan's Plunge is not. It's not how we're gonna make it out of the hood.
If we weren't an audio podcast now, I would like show the pictures here because it's literally just a building over like an open water.
A hot
Like, that's
spring.
it. That's all it
It's a
is.
hot spring. It'll shine your rings up real good.
Although, if it were 1890, that would be very entertaining to me. I mean, compared to,
A
you know,
pool.
death outside, you know, an
Yeah.
indoor pool. Do you imagine?
Gas.
No, yeah, that'd be pretty insane to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the?
Like all these people just didn't need this roof, but they built it. I don't know.
You don't have to wear sunscreen that way. It's great.
True. They didn't have sunscreen.
You
No,
guys
they
probably
did not.
needed to wear sunscreen. Right?
Yeah.
You feel like
Definitely.
put mud and dirt on yourself, right?
All right. So then we've established you're an artist, of course. Your sister is also an artist.
Yes.
Did you grow up in a very like art forward like household, or how did that?
So my parents were both musicians, and they made a lot of effort to just foster that creativity and wherever we wanted to go. And, you know, we were always in like different art classes in high school. We were homeschooled, but we would go and take art classes other places. We took them at our art center. We took them like private art lessons with other artists around town. And then, of course, pursuing a Bachelor of Science in illustration. Both me and my sister got our bachelor's degrees in illustration. So, yeah. And illustration is basically visual storytelling is what that means. Mm-hmm.
So was your mom disappointed that you didn't go into music then, or?
So here's the thing about the music, okay? I have dyslexia, and reading the sheet music was just the biggest brick wall that I kept hitting with music. And I think if it was like a rainbow or color coded, I would have done much better with that. But she was very insistent on like, you gotta be able to read sheet music, you know? And I think if I had done the other non-traditional way where you feel the music and play by ear, I would have turned out to be more musically inclined.
Dyslexia ruins your ability to read music.
Well, yeah,
Makes
because it's all
sense.
lines. It's all, and
Yeah.
I could tell which one was the top and which one was the bottom and which one was next to the bottom and which one was next to the top. But in the middle, they all get lost.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
like,
only
which-
one more in the middle.
There
I'm just-
is?
Yeah. there's
Oh, okay.
five, yeah.
Anyways, but trying to read that, you know, it's like, you know, which line is which, you know, it got very confusing. So, like now, because now I'm better at problem solving with the dyslexia, I would have color coded the whole thing. And then I would know, okay, yellow, this one, you know, and I would associate each note with a color. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I would have solved that problem. But
That's
I
how
wasn't
you
that smart back
see
then.
music.
That's a tough. I don't know. Reading music is just tough. It's not fun,
No.
and it's not a good thing to learn.
Yeah.
Reading words is also
That's why
so fun.
Yeah.
I'm an audiobook person, hardcore.
That's why I started a punk band because I don't want to read music.
Yeah, I love that.
That should be your next like album. Is just no sheet music.
Yeah.
Sheet music sucks.
Yeah.
So audiobooks, like what do you have like anything that you would like say jumps out to you as like, oh, I really like this. I think people should read this. Is it all just business books?
I read a lot of business books. I have read a couple of fiction books, but really I'm just on there for the business and the money books and
Just about that paper.
what do the rich dudes
The
make?
bag.
All right, how do the rich dudes do it? I gotta do that too.
Yeah.
How do I hang on to
Nice.
that cash?
Do you have a favorite author then?
I really like Mike McAllowitz. He's very good. He's got a lot of really great business books. So he's very concrete. So let's see. I've read The Pumpkin Plan and Profit First, which is a budgeting for your small business book. It's been amazing. So that's how I can bring that money around from the summertime to the wintertime. Yeah, the trick is don't spend it all.
Really?
Wow.
A 6-hour audiobook for that. huh?
Yeah. No, but it's setting up your bank accounts like a money envelope system. If you've ever had money envelopes, like this is your gas money, this is your food money, this is, you know, it's the same thing with your business. So this is your expenses, this is your owner's pay, this is your profit, this is your tax money, and they go into those bank accounts. So I really like that one. Highly recommend that for anyone that's got a small business. So that way you don't have to like balance everything before you spend $1. You know, you can just open your account, like it's already every, you know, paycheck you get, like, okay, $100 here, $100 there, $100 there, and it just gets allocated to each account. So that way you open your account, like, oh yeah, I can afford that. You know, so the budgeting's already done.
Yeah.
What's it like getting paid?
What's it like getting paid?
What's it like getting paid
For your
So-
art.
It took me a long time, but yes, I can get paid. But it's also kind of nice. Like, I had a blue ocean for a long time here, being the only caricature artist. So it's been nice, but now I'm expanding.
And people you said you had a blue
I
ocean.
had a blue ocean, yeah.
You think there's a lot of people
There's
squeezing it on
There's
you?
not a lot yet, but I'm definitely to the point where, like with TikTok being so viral with caricature artists, people know what it is now. So
Yeah.
now, one, there's more market for it, and two, more people are interested in it, and I would love to work with all those people. So
It's like
Ted's daughters are coming into it now, and they're going to try to push her out.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just
there we
sitting
go.
here thinking
They're
she's
coming
like
for me.
she's seeing the whole table. She's sitting there going like, we can
No,
try one
well,
gig, but I can
they're-
employ all these suckers. you know?
Exactly. No, not really. But here's the thing. Like, would I want someone selling them for $1 a piece on the corner when they could work with me and they could sell them for $10 a piece, and then they would be making, a huge percentage of that?
Yeah.
This
you
sounds
know.
like a pyramid scheme.
No.
Like,
that's
is it-
basically
it's just
employment and
employment.
employees.
Is employment a pyramid scheme? Do we just make money for the people at the top?
Yeah, I
oh
read
my
this-
God.
If you have to pay $2,000, and I'll give you some markers and Sharpies, and then you got to have a party at your
Yeah.
house.
I read this thing where someone was like, would you, what if you got $50,000, but the person you hate the most got $125,000? Someone was just like, that's just working. Like, that's just having a job.
Oh, that's just a job.
Tyler was like, I'd definitely take $175,000.
Yeah, I'll take it and run, please. Thank you.
Well, I mean, the person he hates the most, I think, in this case would be
Himself.
Tyler. Yeah.
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 I know. I hate my boss sometimes too. She just sucks. Like, oh my gosh, like last weekend, I had to go work post prom, and there's a Breaking Benjamin concert. And guess who couldn't go?
Yeah.
Because my boss said I had to go work post prom.
Well,
My
the
boss
good
is
news
also
is
me.
the good news is you saved yourself from going and listening to
Oh,
Breaking
listening to
Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin.
Well, it's like there's a rock concert in town, and I'm like, I should just go. Because I've spent all this time like not going to things.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I'm going to go. I'm going to Shen Yun tomorrow.
Oh, that should be cool.
Yeah. And then I saw Swan Lake was coming. I'm going to go to that too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna treat myself.
Heck
I'm gonna
yeah,
go see
treat
some
yourself.
shows. I'm gonna treat myself.
We should go to Shenyun.
I don't know.
Gonna see a Chinese ballet.
I don't support the Falun Gong. Just in case President Xi wants to give me a position in his cabinet. Keeping my options open.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Gotta play the field.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about business books, I got really nervous about which one you were going to say was like an author you would recommend. I was really, really hoping it wasn't going to be Dave Ramsey.
Oh my gosh, no.
'Cause then I remembered I had a moment of bashing Dave Ramsey with your sister, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like growing up, my parents put me in so many Dave Ramsey classes, and then they even did it in my college. Like it was Dave Ramsey everything. Like
Dave Ramsey classes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's got curriculum that you can like put in your college,
Mhm.
like or put in your high school, or
It-
like we even did it in my youth group.
I was going to say,
It
it's
was
a
a
Christian
youth group
thing
version.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
They
Is Dave
definitely
Ramsey
like,
big in the Christian community?
Yes.
huge. Yeah,
Yes.
they push it
All right.
hard there.
They push it so hard.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, this advice was so relevant like 30, 40 years ago, but not today.
Right.
It's not a thing today.
There's this ministry that tries to help you with like car repair. Like if you can't afford to repair your car, they'll like help you out with it. But
Is
in
that
order,
the Shift Garage?
I wasn't going to say the name, but yeah, it's like that.
It's like the Shift
Right.
Garage.
In order to have them help you, you have to take a Dave Ramsey class through them.
Oh my
For
gosh.
them to tell you why you don't have the money to fix your car.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's part of the thing is they're going to make you come in and take this Dave Ramsey class, and then they'll help you with your car one time.
Yeah.
Oh
I just
my
know somebody who
gosh.
volunteered for the Shift Garage and he was cool. So
See, here's what
The-
oh, go ahead.
So I was just gonna say the audiobook. I thought you were gonna say was 50 Cents Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, business.
That's the
All
only book
business.
I
Oh, you guys are so funny. I love how you underestimate me. Another business book I really like is called The 4-Hour Work Week.
Yeah.
So that one essentially, it's a little harder for me, but it's about replacing yourself in your business.
Mm.
So it can run autonomously without you.
And then, if you're your own boss, it's great.
Yeah.
If you're not, then, you lose your position and stop getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4-hour work
basically.
week doesn't work for people at McDonald's.
That's
but-
why.
No.
That's why I don't have a job.
Yeah, you have to own the business, believe it or not.
Sheldon was so good at his last job. He replaced himself and now he's unemployed.
Yeah. No, but those are very good. Personal finances, I really like Ramit Sethi. He's really good. He's also got a really great podcast as well. But just very realistic advice. Because like the Dave Ramsey stuff doesn't really bring into account your bank account got wiped out because of medical bills.
Right.
Or your car got wrecked and you got injured,
Right.
or
Why didn't you have $200,000 in savings by the time you were 16? I mean, that's
dude,
yeah.
$5.85 an hour
I have
just
hours.
doesn't
I have
amount to that.
hours of him ripping Dave Ramsey. And
Yeah, I mean, before I
Hard
went to
drives
college,
filled.
I probably had about 7,000 in my bank account, and I saved just about
That's pretty awesome.
everything from my working career, working for $5.85 an hour. That's about how that went.
Yeah. What job did you have for $5.85 an hour?
I flipped pancakes at the Fort Hayes Chuck Wagon.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Yes.
And I poured lemonade. That was my job.
is that a thing around here?
The Fort
Yeah.
the Fort
Oh my
Hayes?
gosh, it's on Highway 16. It's the best thing ever. It's a cowboy supper and show.
Which one's Highway 16?
You remember where the
one
water
that
slides
goes by
used to be?
Reptile Gardens.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
So there was a guy who wanted to book us on there, and then he's being clipped of us somewhere,
And then stop.
he's like, "Yeah, never mind." But you probably would have done fine.
Okay,
That's so
gotcha. So they were looking for family friendly.
Yeah.
And they saw your bit about the belt
Probably,
and decided
yeah.
to not.
Oh, that's the
somewhere.
best joke.
That's a great joke.
We're not saying it here.
Nope. we want to be monetized on YouTube and not get like the explicit tag or something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a different
So the
platform.
Four Ways Chuck Wagon.
The Fort Hayes.
Fort Hayes.
Fort
What are we
Hayes.
doing? Oh, Fort Hayes. I know this thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is getting cut.
It's the
This is no longer interesting to me.
it's the Kevin Costner thing.
Yeah,
The
it's the Dances with Wolves film set, and
Yeah.
they also do a Chuck Wagon show. So you get like your tin plate, and they slap a potato on it, like they hit it on the plate. Like it's kind of scary, but it's really fun.
What
Like-
does it do for you?
It makes it flat, so it doesn't
The
roll
potato?
around. Yeah, on
People
the
like
tin plate.
this.
Yeah, and then they got steak,
Yeah.
so the steak is good. I like
But
steak.
they also do like a pancake breakfast for
Oh, yeah.
99 cents.
Yeah.
You can go get all you can eat pancakes for
Yep.
99
Sure.
cents.
They're bigger than your face, but yeah.
And then
they're
they
really
have
good
that roller
pancakes.
coaster thing.
Yep.
Yep.
They just
And that's
added.
the new thing they put on, and it's come full circle. That was my first job, was the Fort Hayes Chuck Wagon. It's come full circle. I've done a lot of illustrations for them for their advertising now. Like I got a little cartoon of a cowboy and a buffalo, and they got their little BB guns or laser guns. That's what they're called. Pew pew.
BB guns, laser guns, same thing.
The same thing.
I mean,
Paintball
yeah.
gun. I don't know. The
Remember the
AK-47.
laser guns from Dances with Wolves?
No, and there's this little buffalo targets, and you're like, pew, 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 pew. Yeah, it's super cute. And yeah, my sister's like, that's kind of mean. I'm like, well, is what it is. It's a tourist attraction.
Yeah, tourists love it.
I always have smudges on my
going.
glasses.
Do you
Keep
have
going.
shades?
Every single time.
Have you ever
I wasn't
seen that thing you do?
Yeah, with the Wonders.
Yeah. it's the
We're not the
Wonder.
Wonders anymore.
Right. The Oneaters.
We're Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Have you seen this?
No.
So
I need to add this
it's
to my movie
it's
list.
a movie that Tom Hanks wrote while he was on tour promoting Forrest Gump.
Oh.
And so like he's in it. He's not like the main character, but he's in it as a big character. He's promoting this like one-hit wonder band
Mhm.
that they're going on this big national tour. They're like following the Beatles craze and everything. And it's very good. But the drummer, he's like, we got to brand you, and so now you're Shades, and he has to wear sunglasses all the time. So he's our Shades.
I love that.
Yeah, you're not Sheldon anymore. You're Shades.
Shades.
Yeah.
My street
We
name.
could do
Tom
that.
Hanks said so.
Yeah.
I used to dance under that name.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
I would say coming to the stage for your aerial act is Tom Hanks. Like, I would pay a lot of money to see that.
And then we got Tom Hanks on the yellow silks. Yeah.
Did you know the guy from Bowling for Soup wrote that thing you do?
Yeah.
The song?
Was it?
Oh.
I thought it was Weezer for some reason.
No.
Well,
Okay.
it's all the same. All
It's
the
the
guys
guy-
are the
it's all
same
the
guys.
It's the dead guy from Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
All those bands are the same members. They just
They just move them around.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
They
trade
just
them
all
around,
swap
trade them around like
instruments.
sports players.
They did a great job writing this like one-hit wonder song because it is one of the most catchy songs I've ever heard. Like it consistently ranks as one of the like fake songs or whatever, like top 10 lists of fake songs. It's always right up there because it's
Nice.
very
Which
good.
song?
That it's called That Thing You. It's called That Thing You Do from the movie That Thing You Do.
Oh, I see what you're
You
saying.
sing it for us?
No. Just because it's copyrighted, not because I can't sing.
Okay, yeah. You have a very beautiful voice, Tyler.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No, it's
Do you have a favorite fictional band? Who's your favorite fictional band?
Fictional band. I don't know. Who are the girls on the Scott Pilgrim?
oh,
What's their
Hello
band name?
again. Da, 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 da.
It's Shoot Why Is My
Thunderdome, or what's it called? Clash at Demon.
Clash of Demon
Yeah,
Head.
yeah.
The Clash of Demon
Yeah,
Head.
that was a
Who's
good
your
one.
favorite?
Sex Bomb
Sex
from
Bomb.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite fictional band?
I really like That Thing You Do. Jessica.
Yeah.
That would be
Wonders, yeah.
Cool.
The Oneaters. And what's your favorite fictional band?
Munchausen's by proxy.
Oh, sure.
Wait,
yeah.
what's that from?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Zoe
I've never seen
Deschanel
that.
and Von Eva.
Yeah.
Very good. Go check them out.
Oh,
Yeah.
it
Yes
should
Man
be.
is a
It
great
should
movie.
be. Who's the one band?
There's
The one band.
There's a
The
black,
Rob Reiner movie.
No, there's one called The Black Plague, but in Ford Fairlane.
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap.
That
yeah.
should be the favorite.
See, I thought of that, but then I remembered I've never seen This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh, it's
So,
good.
It's good.
That's worth
Not
it.
my
I do
favorite
know
band.
that they had the amp that could crank to 11.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Mhm.
Anyway,
All right, you had a question
I did.
for our wonderful guest.
For the caricature stuff. So when you're doing like the park or wedding, whatever, you kind of mentioned earlier, but is there always people like behind you watching you draw the
Yes.
stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Does anyone critique your?
So little
Does anyone-
kids especially,
Yeah.
they will critique me. What I get told the most, well, it's really funny. So even though I'm drawing a person in like 3 to 5 minutes, it's not instant.
Yeah.
And like these kids, they're so used to instant.
Yeah.
Everything is so instant. They're like, wait, don't forget the hair. Don't forget. I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm
Yeah.
just drawing over here. But then like sometimes I'll show little kids, and this has happened on more than one occasion. I turn it around, I show it to them, and they're like, it's pretty good. You made my head really big. Like they'll tell me that, to which I have to say, oh, I'm really sorry. That's the only way I know how to draw. Here you go.
If they don't know
but
what a
the parents are
character
always
is, yeah.
the parents are so embarrassed when they say that. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's okay. They just don't understand it's a caricature.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they just don't
Like
know
my
what
head
it
is
is.
really big in that
Yeah.
picture. I'm like, well, like certain age groups, like kids will say different things. Because like in art, they're probably focusing on trying to make everything proportional.
Yeah.
And then I turn it around and I show them, and they're like, head is way too big there. Nice try.
Yeah. Well, because they're sitting there, they're just trying to get the basics down. You're like, I don't even care about the basics.
Yeah, they just went
anymore.
out the window. I got my degree.
Yeah.
Don't need to follow the rules anymore.
Right.
Big
Yeah.
heads everywhere.
I'm going my own way over
Yeah,
here.
big head, big hair, everything exaggerated. Big nose. Love big noses. Especially big ears. Big ears are great too.
I'm glad that you said it was children because I was scared it'd just be jerks.
Just
Luckily,
some guy.
I for some reason I've been pretty lucky. I haven't had a lot of jerks.
Yeah.
A couple of intoxicated people at the fair that probably should have had the police called on, but
Sure.
yeah.
I don't know if anybody who's going to sign up to get their caricature done is like really that big a jerk. Like you've
Well,
got to go in knowing.
No, I mean
what's
like a
gonna
jerk
happen.
walks up and is like, "Hey."
Oh,
Oh yeah.
No. I feel like that would be you. They'd be like, yeah, you turn it around, you're like, I don't
that's a
know
little
about that
derivative,
one.
don't you think?
It's not the right. It's not the right style. I prefer Southwestern chartreuse caricature
Colors.
style. Yeah.
So you said you like to learn a lot of new skills. What new skill are you working on learning right now?
A new skill that I am working on right now, I'm learning how to paint fingernails better.
Okay, yeah.
Nail art, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've been doing fun stuff with that. I've
Yeah.
been working with the cat eye nail polish.
What's cat eye nail polish?
It's magnetic, so you hold a little magnet over it, and it draws all the sparkles to the top, and it's got kind of like you can see the layers through the polish.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's like you look into it, and it shifts when you shift your hands. I actually have it on right now.
That
kinda
is
shifts a
super
little bit.
cool.
I had one on before this, and it was extra shifty because it was just black and then the blue stripe down the middle. So it was pretty cool. That's kind of the thing right now is cat eye nail polish. That is my new artistic skill I'm working on.
Nice. That's very cool. Yeah.
Super fun.
What made you want to get into that?
Well, you save a lot of money. It's
Yeah.
$50-$60 when you go get it done at the salon. So
Yeah, that's how I learned how to change the brakes in my car.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Not
a
quite as
necessity.
artistic, but
It's fun to get it done, but it's like, I could do this. Why would I pay $60 when I could just spend $200 in supplies and do it myself?
it's very hard to feel arrogant when you're in the parking lot of your apartment complex, just trying to jack up your Ford Focus and
Yep.
try to get to your brake pads.
With the built-in jack that you
Yeah,
got from the
100%.
Yeah, not even a good one.
And then it's rusted on, so you have to get a sledgehammer and start hitting your tire and try not to knock it off the jack because you've never heard of a jack stand at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something I would like to do is learn more about my car. Can do a few things on it, but not very much. But
Just take it to the shop.
one day I'll just be so broke. All right, we're gonna learn how to do car on YouTube.
I
Here we
did
go.
I did have a shop tell me that they needed to change my engine air filter
Mhm.
and that it would be, I think it was $80 to do this. And I went, I don't feel right about that.
$80.
So I pulled up a YouTube video and I got an air filter for $4.
Yep.
And I unhooked the latch, opened the door, pulled it out, switched the new one in,
Wait,
latched
is
it
this
back
your
up.
air filter in the glove compartment?
No,
No.
no, that
okay.
that
I'm
was
like,
a little
one's
bit
super
more.
easy.
Right, that one was a little bit more. This is literally a latch, put the new one in, and that was it. And it was $4
Wow.
for the filter.
Yeah, but you're
Did
paying
you
the
pay yourself
70,
the other $70?
Yeah, exactly.
you're paying the $76 for the years that they had to learn
to
how to
unhook
do
the
the
latch.
latch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, most shops charge $150 an hour for labor.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd take $150 an hour. I would work for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
for sure.
I would too. Must be nice.
I do.
be nice.
No.
Well, if you extrapolate a comedian's time, I've gotten paid $175 for 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
That's when you're kind of starting out. I've gotten that. And I extrapolated out to an hour. I was like, I'm making a pretty good hourly salary right now. I'm just not working an hour.
You work 15 minutes a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
15-minute work week.
15-minute work week.
Love that.
That's the comedian's
Yeah.
business book. Yeah.
Love that.
Written by Louis Anderson.
So, I'm trying to convince Sheldon to get married
Yes.
to his long-term girlfriend.
You should do it.
Do you want to? Okay. Sheldon is 32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Pretty close.
How long do you
91.
think he's been with his girlfriend?
You said long time?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me guess.
You never guess.
I'll never guess. I'm gonna guess 7.5.
Oh,
No.
wow.
No?
I don't actually know the answer
You
to this
don't know.
question.
Oh, how long?
I think I do, because I think
Do
I
you?
remember you saying how old you were when you got together.
Yeah.
So you're 32. You guys have been together about 16 years. You got together when you were 16,
Oh, that's what I was
right?
Pretty
Yes.
close. Yeah.
Oh, snap. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
16.
Yeah,
Half
16.
of 32
And you
is
know
about 16,
why
yeah.
we stayed together so long?
Because you didn't get
Because we
married.
didn't get married.
And he-
Marriage is not for everyone.
I mean, they've been together 16 years, and they're still together. Ashley and I have been married for not quite 2 years. Who knows? I mean,
it feels like 16 years. I'll tell you that.
that's pretty great.
But I'm trying to get a, crap or get off the pot. You know what I mean?
Well,
As
Tyler-
a caricature artist who does weddings.
I think you should get married.
Yeah.
And then I'll come draw at your wedding
You-
reception.
There we
You
go.
guys convinced me.
I'll tell you, all your friends and family are going to be there. You're going to have so much fun. And everybody's going to want to come and bring you a sweet gift because your caricature artist is going to be there drawing pictures for all your guests. An open bar, too. Get one of those.
Yes. So,
Open bar is just
what are the- what are-
piles of Karkov bottles.
what does it look like to have a caricature artist at your wedding? What does that look like?
So, basically, I just set up with my easel and my paper and markers, and then I've got, chairs for the guests, and they just line up, and I just draw one right after another.
Is it like a 3-minute a
Yeah.
pop thing that
Yeah.
style too?
Yeah.
But for the wife and the groom,
Mhm.
The wife in the groom.
Traditionally, it's called a bride and
I
groom.
feel like that
or
was a
wedding
weird
couple.
person, that Freudian slip right there.
The wife in the
The bride and the groom. Do you do like a lot, like you do like a hardcore one for them?
I do.
Usually?
So that is a digital illustrated one for them. Because it's so funny. Some weddings, I talk a lot to the bride and groom. I see them a lot, and they'll come through with different people, like, oh, draw one of me and my mom, and draw all the groomsmen and all that. And then other weddings, I don't even talk to them
Yeah.
because they're so busy doing wedding stuff,
Sure.
like hanging out with everybody and doing this and that activity. So I like to offer that to the bride and the groom or wedding couple, just so that way they have a nice caricature of themselves, and if they don't make it over, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the worst thing is, like, you know, you have your wedding and you didn't even plan out time for you to eat or something like that. So it's just kind of nice to have that plan.
Do you do that
in there.
beforehand?
Yeah, it's done beforehand.
Usually? Okay.
Yeah, so they'll send me like a reference picture of the outfits and a picture of their faces, and then I'm like, okay, send me a Pinterest picture of your hair. Or sometimes brides will go get their hair done as a practice run at the hair salon. So that way I can piece all these things together, like I Photoshop them in my head, and then they just come out as a really nice caricature, a digital caricature. So it's all painted, and then I have it printed as a canvas or as a framed
Oh, so it's
illustration.
actually on display at the wedding.
Yeah, so it's on
That's
display
very
at the
fun.
wedding. Yeah,
is
so
very
then
good.
while people are waiting in line, they can just admire this beautiful work of art.
Yeah.
But they get such a kick out of it. It's so fun. So I've been doing that since 2019 for weddings.
Yeah, you and Danielle
It's a
should
big
do
hit.
So
that.
I'm gonna
It's a big hit.
pay for a giant wedding.
There you go.
So Alyssa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just so we can be around her more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll have an open bar of
Well,
bush light and hams.
The next show we do,
Right.
we're gonna have her
I would love to.
at the
So-
show.
It was so fun.
when Ash and I got married, we were really torn because we wanted you there as a guest, but we also wanted to hire you, and so we were so torn. But you had another gig already. that
Yeah,
day,
somebody
which
else booked
was
me at the
totally
same
fine.
wedding show. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were at the bridal showcase in January at the Ramkota Hotel, which is the biggest bridal show in like all of South Dakota and surrounding states. It's a huge show. It's like $900 a table.
Yeah,
Like that's how much I paid to be there.
It's the one that Ashley goes and models for.
Oh yeah, I'm a model at it too, by the
Yeah,
way.
true.
So yeah, Ashley and I were model girls.
Mhm.
We model wedding dresses. It's super fun. But anyways, so yeah, I booked
Wonder if
another
I could
bride
do
on the
that.
same day as your wedding. I'm like, well, my boss says I have to work. She sucks.
I was at the wedding. You didn't know this much.
True.
It was
Yeah.
on a hill.
I don't even remember which other wedding I got booked for. I'm trying to. Oh, I remember. Everybody's so important that has booked me. No, they're all a blur after a while. Well, that's the hard thing is there's only what is it, 52 Saturdays in a year, and then so many of them are going to be in good months, and then so many of them are going to be months when people can take off work and come see you. And the least popular month to get married is January. So you probably get a really good deal on a venue, but people probably won't buy you very many gifts because it's right
booked
after
those
Christmas and everybody's broke and depressed.
So it's funny. I got a wedding invite from somebody that I'm going to their wedding in December because it's December 7th.
I've done a few December weddings.
And now I've gotten like one booking of somebody wanting to book me for a DJ for a wedding December 7th.
It's really tough.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
It is. Yeah.
now you gotta like, what's the boss gonna say?
Right.
Tyler,
Yeah. I
you
gotta decide if I want to go
work,
make
or-
money or, if I
Yeah.
want to go to this wedding that guy that I'm close with
Or
jumps into my arms.
you train another DJ to go work it for you. I mean, you don't make as much, but but you're able to still make a
True.
little bit.
True story.
You know, I'm just saying.
But it is his
gotta
pleasure.
Our
expand.
work week.
Yeah.
Gotta
Do you want to be a
expand.
DJ, Alyssa?
No, thank you. I'm sure I'd be very good at it, but no.
So my brother got married
Mhm.
January 1st
Oh, yeah. New
in
Year's Day.
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh my gosh, that is not where I want to
Which
be on
means-
New Year's Day.
On New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I had to be in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
-30.
Yeah. It's like, oh, where's the cool place to go hang out on New Year's Eve? Nowhere. That's where
The Legion bar.
go walk down to the rodeo grounds.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Shoot a
At
rifle.
least have it at like the Holiday Inn or something. Like,
I was at like a little hotel place, or whatever,
okay.
but it was
Should have had it in Rapid. There's more fun things going on in Rapid for
Yeah.
New Year's. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, January wedding, terrible. Because terrible.
Yeah, they're a little tough.
Yeah, I had a friend get married on New Year's Eve, like at midnight on New Year's Eve.
How do we know so many self-centered people?
Right? Yeah. Like,
We're not thinking about anybody else,
Yeah.
but
like, hey,
us.
do you want to come to my birthday party on the day where all of the fireworks displays are?
Yeah.
That's me. Like, I'm just the most self-centered person ever. Yeah.
Is there any other like just off the wall events that you've been hired to do?
What's the craziest event?
The craziest I've done. Oh, I've met a lot of crazy people.
Yeah.
So just this last week, I got hired to draw for the 10th anniversary for a CrossFit gym. Yeah. So they've been in business for 10 years. And they're
CrossFit hasn't even been around for 10 years.
You would think. No, but this one, apparently they were the first ones here in Rapid or something. I don't know. But they're very sweet people. But it was so funny because they're all like dressed up really fancy, and it was at the Arrowhead Country Club.
For a CrossFit gym.
For a CrossFit gym. And they're members, you know. So this was this big, like, kid-free night without, just dress up, have fun. But yeah, so they were handing out awards like so-and-so was here so many days in the last 10 years, and this is how many check-ins they had. This person had 2,000 check-ins.
Oh
and
my gosh.
So like these people were very passionate about fitness. They're like, I do the aerial silks, but I don't work out like that.
Yeah. You got an award from that for most time paid in
without going.
Yeah.
Yeah, without going. Yeah, no, they were doing awards for like who showed up the most
Yeah.
in the last 10 years. It was crazy. They had like I was like, wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
Good for you guys.
I have a friend who does CrossFit stuff, and she was complaining the other day. She's like, oh, I felt so bad. I could only do like 13 pull-ups.
Only.
And I'm like, I've never done a pull-up in my entire life. And I don't think I will. I think I will die without having ever done a pull-up.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's fine.
There is
yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Even though there's those tests in high school that shame you for
Yeah,
not being able to
yeah.
do pull-ups. No, you
I was
are a valid human being without pull-ups.
I was also really bad at the sit and reach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
I'm
BMI
pretty okay at
testing
that.
thing.
No. Like you like sit down and like have to put your feet straight out in front of you into like a blue box.
Uh-huh.
And then they measure how far you can like reach forward.
It's a flexibility
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've blacked out a lot of high school. I try not to remember any of it.
Yeah.
I do remember that the day that we were supposed to be running a mile for time, I think I was wearing jeans.
Oh no.
So
I would pay so much money to see you run a mile in jeans.
I remember thinking on that day, like, this is the sweatiest I've ever been.
Was it hot out?
Yeah, because it was like
Oh,
in the middle,
geez.
like, I think it was like right before summer starts. So it's like,
Ooh,
See,
no, thank
running
you.
a mile for time for me is kind of become like algebra 2. It's just I'm never going to use this in my entire
No.
life.
yeah.
Well, unless a bear's chasing you.
Yeah, but then I'm not worried about time. I'm just worried about tripping the guy next to me and
Yeah,
getting
exactly.
some distance.
It's all about strategy, guys.
Can you be the caricature artist at my court hearing?
Okay,
DUI
so
court.
No, I legitimately 3 weeks ago, my friend that works at the news asked me to draw court drawings, because they couldn't have cameras because it was all these
Yeah.
murder cases.
Yep.
And I'm like, no. I would love to, but I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck there.
Oh, it's so long.
Because I'm like, is this going to be like the next 3 weeks of my life, morning to evening, like trying to figure out like I don't know how many people this guy's killed, or I'm assuming
just
it's a guy,
realized
maybe it's
this.
a group of people, I don't know. But
That's a paid person. Like, people, like the news people hire those people to come
yeah,
back.
the news wanted to hire me to go, and
I
like
didn't realize.
I referred them to another artist that probably has a longer attention span. I'm like, my drawings take like 3 minutes, and then I'm done.
Somebody's mom just like crying like a giant.
So
Just a caricature. It's like,
All those people lost their lives. I'm gonna make them look silly.
yeah. The guy on trial for murder in a cowboy hat, like big chain, like
Yeah.
with his hands behind his back.
He's like grinning, like, hey. Yeah,
And
I
a
would probably
swoop
take.
over his eye.
I would take too many creative liberties there. Like, I mean, there's a lot you can do with art. Like, I could make him look scarier. I could make him look like a clown. We could do John Wayne Gacy route.
I kind of want to just hire this just to see. I kind of want to put the money down and
Oh
see.
my gosh. Maybe I'll just open up a Patreon, just caricature drawings of serial killers.
Yeah. Do you, as a guest, have any questions for us?
Yeah, when's your next show? What should I be looking for?
What's that date?
June 6th.
So long
By
away.
June 7th.
June
7th.
June 7th.
At Heart Ranch.
Heart Ranch. Oh,
You
yeah,
have
we
free
love Heart
tickets.
Ranch.
You have free tickets.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we,
love
we'll
it.
get
Coming
you-
out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Hey. I know a guy backstage.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know if there's much of a backstage at Heart Ranch. I've performed in this venue before.
Just have to walk over a hill.
Okay, guys.
The
Get
green
out of the
room is literally
pool.
just a patch of green
the
land.
goat pen.
We're like outside of the pool performing to the people in the pool.
I've
I
never
love
been to Heart
love
Ranch.
that.
I've never
had
had
that much
either.
disposable income.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
it's crazy.
they're kind of preppy, but yeah.
Yeah.
From what I hear, they have a good time there.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little campers
They
driving
can
around.
kill me afterwards. I have a giant owl statue.
Yeah,
No,
they
but-
sacrifice you to some.
We'll probably have to drive around the rodeo that they have all summer to get there. They have a rodeo set up right outside there.
Yeah.
that They run.
Could
Yeah.
we make that part of the act? You
That'd
guys
be really
riding
funny.
something with 4 legs?
No.
I'd
Nope.
do it.
I would
I'd
pay
do
so
it.
much money to see that.
I'd do it.
Sheldon, what would you want to ride if you were going to ride?
I don't know. A giraffe.
You want to ride a
Oh
giraffe?
man, I was gonna guess ostrich
There's a
for
lot
you.
of neck to wrap around.
It'd be fine. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Was there any other questions you had for us?
If you could be I don't know where I was going with that. A continent. Which continent would you be?
A continent?
You know, you don't have to ask questions.
I
I was just throwing out there in
You guys
case you
have
had.
asked me so many questions. I should ask you a question, but I can't come up with.
Usually people could just say no.
This is why I'm the interviewee
They don't
instead of the
usually-
interviewer.
They don't usually resort to which continent would you be.
We all know that Tyler's going to say either Asia or Antarctica. One of the two.
I don't even know what that means. I don't. This is such a ridiculous question. There's no priors on this. Oh, I'm Asia.
No. I want you to tell me why you would be Asia.
I would not be Asia.
Oh,
I
then
would, I
you
would
would
be
be
South America.
Antarctica?
Central America. Central America.
I don't know what the
Central
implications
America's
of
not a
any of this
continent.
means.
I just think it's a fun place to go.
But it's not a continent.
It's not. It's just America.
It's
Can
North
you-
America and South America.
Can you
are
elaborate on
continents.
your question?
Yeah.
Central America is part of North America.
So you know when you're like writing an essay and it has to be so many words
Mhm.
and you just try to make stuff up
Yeah.
to fill it. That's what that was. That was me elaborating on my question.
Nice.
I'd
Alright.
be Europe because of the noodles.
I love noodles.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'd choose an island, not a continent. So
So Australia.
Australia's an island continent.
not Australia.
So many dangerous
Antarctica
things
is the only other island continent.
No, I said just an island, not a continent.
Well, that's,
But that's
not,
not
the question.
there. Okay, which landmass would you like to be?
Oh.
We'll just narrow it down.
No, I don't have an answer for that one.
She gave you. You asked for a different setup. She
this is
gave
all.
you the setup.
This is all getting cut. All right.
Absolutely not. This
Sorry,
is the only
sorry
part
I
that's
asked a
staying
stupid
in.
question, but you gave me the microphone and said.
That's
this
fine.
is
No,
the
that's
YouTube
fine.
short. This is the real.
This
here.
was our fault. Not
When they say there are no such thing as stupid questions, I will prove you wrong. And then I'll do it again. Can I think of another one?
continent would you
You know, if we could do this all as many as you want.
lightning round of stupid questions? Let's go.
Carry on with your little
So
thing you want to do.
we are desperately trying to find the sponsor that fits the gravitas that we bring to the podcast world at Things Might Happen.
26 subscribers.
Things Might Happen. Reaching out to us this week was Nudge. Nudge
Look at that
Coffee
hair
Bombs.
coming off of it.
Colombian Reserve.
You're gonna make us
So
do
it's-
caffeine at 9:00 at night.
I'm not making you do anything.
We've been here for 20 hours.
Being a wiener about it, dude.
Ooh, nice tin here. I like the. a nice sturdy tin.
We're doing
Like
like
the
NPR style audio.
It's like the old Altoid tins here.
I think you need to. I think it's a screw off, dude.
Like you in high school? Oh!
I don't get that joke.
Colombian Reserve coffee bomb.
Ooh, I smell them all the
So-
way over here.
Yeah, this is great. I love this.
Oh, you just want the whole thing?
I was gonna look at it, but you're supposed to only eat one.
Oh, you can eat as many as you want. A serving size is like 6 of them.
Ooh, they smell great.
You chew on them.
You got you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
There are 400
really good.
milligrams of caffeine in each one.
I would describe it as like an M&M,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah, absolutely.
coffee.
Yeah.
Well, you've
That's
had
great.
chocolate covered coffee beans before,
Right,
right?
but
That's
they're
just-
better. They've got like
You've never
almost
had
a
that?
padding.
I don't like coffee.
Oh,
But
Well,
I
thank-
ate one. I ate one,
thank
and
you
I
for
can
participating.
I can appreciate it.
These are not
What
bad.
would-
I do like them.
What would you
I-
say to find people that nudge coffee bombs?
I would say, as someone who doesn't like coffee, that it was better than coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So
My wife, who does really like coffee that doesn't taste like coffee,
Mhm.
I think will appreciate this because this is basically just she'll have her creamer in the morning with just a splash of coffee in it to
Mhm.
really round it out.
yeah.
This is only funny because only I can hear this. Okay.
These are really good.
How many milligrams
Yeah,
caffeine
yeah,
are
you
in
all
It
it?
doesn't
little-
say, so
Doesn't
I'm going to
say.
guess there's a minimal amount.
Yeah.
There we go.
Not enough to put on the label.
Yeah.
This is like the TikTok girl who does the like car ASMR stuff.
Things Might Happen. We're here.
Who says Mercedes all the time?
We're here today with Alyssa Tanner doing caricatures and reviewing nudge coffee bombs
Nudge.
for just a splash of flavor.
Okay, you gotta stop.
Why? This is awakening something.
Nudge.
What can we get if things might happen?
Things might happen.
There we go.
It's provocative. It's what the kids want.
Things might happen. I've always wanted to do that, but I don't have a nice microphone.
Yeah. It's upsetting that they work so well. I think it's going to get picked up. I'm probably going to have to.
Oh yeah,
Take them
did
away
they even
from
get
me.
picked up?
I think I'm going to have to master it a little bit, but that part will be ASMR-able.
No, they're really good, especially
Coffee
if you like coffee. That would make a great gift for your coffee lover friends. And you're tired of buying them coffee gift cards all the time. Like the Starbucks has enough money. Buy them something like this. This is super fun and unique.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'd give them like a
Oh, yeah, okay, give
8 by 10.
Give it the number rating.
8 out of 10.
Number.
If I liked coffee, they'd be a 9 out of 10.
Well, you don't. So.
I don't, so they'd be a 3.
Wow, that's a pretty big
Yeah.
coffee tax.
That's how many
I'm
grams
going
of
9.
sugar.
Like
9.
9. Yeah. I think it's one of the best things that we've had
You're
try
all
to
wrong.
sponsor us.
It's 5. It's a 5. That's
Yeah.
actually what it is.
That's Tyler's 10 though. 5
Yeah.
is Tyler's 10. So
Well, you put it this way. I don't like coffee, but I didn't spit it out. So.
that's all you can ask.
Ew, coffee. No, all my friends are like, oh, taste it. You can't even taste the coffee. I'm like, I can taste the coffee.
yeah. Yeah, if you don't like coffee, coffee's bad. flavor.
I do the matchas and the chai teas. That's what I do.
And boba.
And boba. Can't forget about boba. Love boba.
Thai tea.
Thai tea for the tea.